Hey guys, what's up? Sorry I haven't made a video in a while. Took a little break. Happy New Year's. Happy late New Year's actually. Merry Christmas and all that stuff. So yeah, you're probably asking. So by the title, you're probably wondering, will there be monsters in Godzilla 2012? And well, that's why I came here to tell you. And I'm going to show you a video that was made by this YouTuber, Zini62, I believe. He's interviewing Ryan Rogers on Legendary Pictures film plans. The executive producer of Godzilla 2012. And we'll let you listen to the full interview. So yeah, here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Brian Rogers, the producer on Godzilla, which we're really excited to get going and get out 2012. But
well, that's the targeted release date. So it's a very large project to set up and everything. So we're aiming for that point, or Legendary's aiming for that point, and we hope we can actually make it. But getting back to your original question, how I got involved with the project, several years ago, I met a couple of Japanese gentlemen that actually wanted to do a Godzilla, and one of them actually had the rights to do Godzilla as an IMAX 3D project. And that gentleman was Mr. Bano, who had been a company director for Toho for 35 years and had directed Godzilla vs. Ghidorah. So we started down the road
which I saw, by the way.
We started down the road with a group of us trying to develop the project, and during those early days, I started just kind of see the handwriting on the wall in terms of 3D feature films and 3D digital projection that's actually taking over, and actually IMAX 3D starting to kind of pull back as a possible venue. So in, I believe it was 2007, we went back and met with Toho and pitched them on the fact that 3D was going to start to take over in terms of digital production, and we then wound up getting the negotiations going to do a you're losing your light level here.
Oh, we're good though.
Yeah. Let's hang out for 1 second.
Folks who went outside to get away from creatures and get better lighting, right? So yeah.
So where we left off when we were inside is in 2007 we traveled to Tokyo and we started the negotiations with Toho to actually make a feature film 3D version of Godzilla. And it did take a huge amount of time to actually do those negotiations and get a licensing agreement to the point that we had the ability to do a 3D feature film of the project. So then we started looking around for a home for it, and one of the companies that stepped up and wanted to get involved was Legendary Pictures. And of course, in my opinion, Legendary Pictures seemed to be the perfect home for it. They seem to be big fans of the genre. They want to do a complete reboot of the character and bring it, to a new audience, so to speak. So,
can you give my viewers, without giving away too much, what that might look like a complete reboot? Because people have bad memories of the '98 Godzilla.
Well, in terms of the reboot, I think that in all the conversations we had with Legendary, they made it clear that they wanted to pay homage to the traditional Godzilla character, and they did not want to make the same decisions that Sony did, which was kind of taking the whole character and it became more of an iguana-like character, laying eggs, and they wanted to go back to more or less the history of the project, but again, because it's a reboot, bring it into the 21st century, so to speak, and do a project that was current and exciting to all the viewing audience.
Like what J.J. Abrams with the Star Trek innocence.
To a certain extent, and it's what they did, what Legendary did actually with the Batman. So they actually wound up reinventing Batman, making it still traditional, but bringing in new elements and bringing in stronger elements to make it a stronger project. So we felt very good about getting involved with Legendary, and it is a great place for the project.
I know your time is real quick. Let's dispel some misinformation.
Sure.
That creature head going around.
The creature head that was on the internet, I contacted Legendary to see if there was any truth to that, and no, it's not. It was just a rumor floating around the internet.
Will there be another creature in it, like a moth or that's the other thing that's been flying?
I think I can safely say that there'll be other monster or monsters that Godzilla will fight. I think traditionally those are the kind of situations that the fan base wants to see. I think the original Sony version, in my opinion, not having another monster that they were fighting was a drawback more than an asset, and just having Godzilla fight the U.S. Army and everything was not the same kind of spirit of the character. So,
it looks like it'd be easily beaten.
yeah, exactly.
And finally, at the exhibit, one of the publicists, I don't know, she showed an animated clip, which I thought was maybe a Vision clip. She said it was actually going to be animated, but she wasn't sure. Can you clarify that for those who might have been confused?
Well, I was at Comic-Con, and I don't know that there was any animated clip, but however, what they did do, which I thought was kind of fun, and the fans down there seemed to appreciate it a lot, they developed a T-shirt that was interactive, that when you went in front of the monitor and you moved from side to side, you could see the atomic breath coming out on the iPads that they had. Apart from that, I've not seen any animated images of the creature or anything like that. So, did you actually see the images?
Yeah, it was actually on the screen. There was a montage of Legendary pictures and a sort of preview of Godzilla with what was going to be a kind of logo, and this overhead animated as if you're Godzilla walking through a destroyed city, I suppose, Tokyo. Very effective animated, but I thought it was one of those vision pieces you put together to visualize a shot as opposed to animated. But the publicist said, "Oh, I think it's animated." I said, "Are you sure about that?" So,
well, I guess I would have to confess that in my visit to the booth there, I did not see it. So it'll be interesting because if you're asking me, is it going to be an animated character or an animated show?
Film.
It's not going to be. No, it's going to be a live-action film.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to clarify.
Yes, but I mean, the Godzilla character will be a computer-generated character, but it will not be an animated film. It's a live-action film.
He's going to do special effects.
That's yet to be determined.
Hey, thank you.
So yeah, that was a full interview. I got something up there. Dang, 7 minutes 55 seconds, huh? So yeah, not so long. So yeah, Zini62 asked Brian Rogers if there was gonna be any monsters in there, and Brian Rogers said that there will be any monster or monsters in the movie. So what Brian Rogers is saying, that there will be monsters, that just answers your question if there's going to be monsters or not. So for the people wondering if there are going to be any monsters, there will be monsters. We just don't know who the monster is. It's either going to be one of the old monsters like King Ghidorah or Rodan, or it's going to be a new monster, or it's going to be a monster that's only been like on a Godzilla movie like once, like Desotoroya, Space Godzilla, Orga, Megaguras, those kind of monsters. So I don't know what kind of monster they're gonna put. I hope they put Orga in there because he was probably the last greatest Godzilla enemy there was, and his only appearance in like a Godzilla movie was like in Godzilla 2000, which was a pretty good movie. I have that on VHS right. I have it on VHS. Whoops. Right here. I don't know if you get it, if you the all the lighting's not so good in my house. Godzilla 2000 was a good movie. I have the American version of it, so yeah. Yeah. So. So yeah, sorry about the technical difficulties. So yeah, Brian Rogers said that there will be monsters. We just don't know what kind of monsters will be there. Um, so yeah. Damn it! Try to like fix something. Okay, there. Sorry about that. So there is a 99% chance, or probably 100% chance that there will be monsters in Godzilla 2012, but we just don't know what kind of monster it's gonna be. It's either gonna be a monster that's like been in a Godzilla movie once, or some other or a new monster, or a movie that's been a Godzilla movie multiple times. Hope it's gonna be, like I said, hope it's gonna be a monster like Orga or Desodoroya. Either Orga or Desodoroya, because they're like two of the best monsters that have only been. They're probably the two best monsters that have only been in a Godzilla movie once. So yeah. Especially Desodoroya, because he was in the movie where Godzilla died. Even though he got beat by the military and stuff, which kind of pissed me off a little bit that he got beat by the military and that Godzilla didn't beat him. But anyway, he's like a pretty cool looking monster. He looks like the goddamn. He looks like the freaking devil. Sorry for using God's name in vain. I don't really like doing that. I don't really do it that much anymore. He looks like the freaking devil. So yeah, that's all I have for today. I might forget it. 100% or 99% chance of monsters. I think that's all. I don't know. So if I'm forgetting anything, tell me. If you like want to ask any questions, the comment section is right there. So yeah, peace out, my anime-aholics.